Alright, good evening everyone. This is the Select Board Water Commissioner meeting for February 12th of 2024. The agenda for tonight, under new business, we have a request for tree removal on Church Street. We need to sign some fleet permits, sign some warrants, approve meeting minutes, sign a road cut for Caden to Burge, and under old business, Gloria Sweet water bill. Anything else we need to add to the agenda tonight?
For sure.
Alright. What's the tree on Church Street, so?
It's a new owner of the lot that was, I don't know exactly where that, it's on the corner down there, and there's a big tree, like 10 feet off the side of the roadway, and the owners asked before they start building in the spring if we could take it down, if the town could take it down, whether if we get a tree service to do it or we could do it ourselves. I looked it over, there's no wires right around there, and it's a wide open lot. We could take care of it.
Some old limbs head up toward the road.
Yeah.
Just have to stop traffic and drop them.
Yeah, on Church Street, it's pretty low traffic area, so we could take care of it. That's something you want us to do.
So that's something we can do this spring.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, you can let them know. Take care of it, I guess, when you get to it. Anything else? So this road cut for Burge, you want to check that out?
It needs a small culvert.
Okay.
Because it's a small ditch line that leads to a culvert that crosses the Cook Road.
Hopefully some double lots at the upper side of the road?
Yeah, the upper side.
Okay. Other than
I
that,
want to talk to the owner at some point, because he requested, at one point, he wanted us to change where the culvert crosses the Cook Road altogether, because he built a new barn on the lower side of the road, which I kind of want to get in touch with him and see what we could do differently.
yeah.
So we didn't have to do that, but
Let's see, I'll move it back.
yeah, I
Toward
believe
that
so.
gate line that way.
Yeah. And one of these days I'll run into him, because I don't usually read in the neighborhood, so.
Okay, so this should be all set to sign then.
Pretty sure it was 3 building lots.
What else is going on over there? Anything good?
The last few weeks we've been picking up tree debris, blowdowns from all the windstorms in the past few months. There's actually been quite a bit. We took down some trees on end of St. Pierre Road, so now we can that's like improve that end of that road so there's a lot more visibility. We can actually spread gravel down it now without. There was a few trees on the end of the Hill Road and Cook Road that blew over in a windstorm, and we cleaned all those up. And the big dead one on the end of Woodsell Road, we got that. And then today, I had the boys open up our stone pile down by the historical building there, and we took like a dozen loads out of there, and they spread some material on Cattell, and Duffy Hill was pretty rutted up. And then I thought it was well, perfect time to hit it with a grader before it freezes. So it worked out pretty good. Figured it out.
The roads are softening up already.
Yeah, they are in certain spots.
Not much rocks.
But hopefully they'll freeze down and we'll be good for another 3 weeks. Small road, and we would Central Street. Last week we took care of Water Road and Port Farm building.
We're supposed to get some snow into it there.
Yeah, possibly it's Tuesday or Thursday night.
Do you want a water, Steve? I can get you one.
There's a bill in there at some point to sign off on for that, the lake on Woods Hill and Russell Road. It was, there was a lot that went out, and it was a result of the battery was worn out, which I assume that's what it was. But at the time, that week, we were having truck problems, and it was snowing every day, and I wasn't really feeling that good, so I called the Mike Sign guy to go down and diagnose the problem, and he ended up just changing the battery out, and he charged us a pretty good chunk of change. Still played with it the last time we were going. Next time I'll just take a photo of the battery and we'll have Kim order it on Amazon or something.
There's no power that runs that?
Not anymore.
Can we? Well, I don't know how much the batteries cost me, it's not. Can do that.
It used to run off power. It was like costing like $25, $30 a month.
I think it's like 19, 20.
Yeah, $20 a month to run, but we decided to go solar instead.
Oh, okay, so if it's solar.
Yeah, it's
Charge the
solar.
battery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's solar. It charges the battery. Just now we know what the time frame is.
Oh,
So
How old was
yeah.
that? 5 years?
It's only been 21. Yeah, 3 years. But we put a larger battery in this time, so it make last a little longer this time.
Yeah.
As far as the salt shed goes too, I'll get some paperwork at the next meeting before the town meeting day. I spoke with Harrison's about trying to get a quote together for like walls and whatever,
Yeah.
just to see what they have to say.
Yeah.
going back to that light, how do we know when the bulb is out, the bulb, where do we know?
We don't, we get calls about it. Every time I'm down that way, I try to observe if it's actually works or not. We'll take a few minutes and sit across the road and make sure it's working. But you know what I mean? I mean, it's like once a week maybe. Other than that,
No, it's, I mean, cause, yeah,
a lot of traffic thinks it's actually belongs to Swan as well. So
Yeah.
the Swan firm will call me up and
I just thought it was a, I guess I don't know why I thought it was a state light, but.
yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people use that light.
Yeah.
And there's probably more traffic than there used to be too, so that light comes on much more, but I guess.
I know during the daytime, I don't trust it anyway, I go down the opposite lane going
Yeah.
the other way.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like snowy conditions, if the snow sits on top of the panel for a few days at a time and it's cold out, first batteries don't like that, so it bleeped out, it would come back on, it was getting weak toward the end,
Mhm.
and then
You didn't get a whole lot of sunshine in January this year, or December.
the 0 days. There wasn't, they said on the news today, there wasn't a single day in January.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are was even complaining about our battery up at the well house, our
Yeah.
reservoir.
Oh,
yeah.
that's not keeping up, yeah. Can you put a battery charger on this? I mean, they're rechargeable battery, but I don't know what the hell they're set up.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
You
one
put like a booster pack on it or something.
you put this charging.
Oh, okay. So there's power up there?
Well, I think he was bringing that home and charging it.
Oh, the break.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it went, yeah.
Everything else good at the garage?
We're having septic issues there, so we replaced the toilet. And, we figured out, oh, okay, we thought it was that, but then we staked the drain when it was off, and actually we talked to Uber, I was like, is there a tank out the side or whatever? He's like, yeah, it's 6 feet away from the building. So we dug up the cover, and we had it pumped, last week, so it works out, it's all good now. Tom Ryan came and put a tube in that backhoe tire. Yesterday or last week.
Probably that.
It was leaking around the lead. We put a couple of those tubes of that weed sealer you get from that from there, but it worked for a little while. But we're having to air it up like every other day for like the last month. And it's been kind of old.
Yeah.
We've always had problems. I think from the factory when we were in the warranty, we had all new rims and tires put on that thing once around. So those are the second set of rims that have been are on that. And the front ones are starting to get rusty from the inside from the salt. Even though we paint them up every year, you know, but still on the edge there.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything else is pretty well done. Grader works good.
Yeah, sand was holding up through there.
Yeah,
Used one for sure.
I have to take a break on, we don't need any next year.
Yeah.
Save some time and money. Yeah.
Still early though.
Yeah.
February, March.
There's been a few tough calls of whether to put salt on the pavement or not, because it's been like, borderline 33 degrees in the middle of the night and then cool up and work over the morning. I came in a couple times and it needed it, but then I came in, a few others that didn't, so.
Yeah.
If I lived more close to town, it'd be a little easier to figure out.
What's that?
If I lived right here in town, it'd be, it varies. Because the weather from down at the west end is different from the Eastern end.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
The Hungerford's emailed and had those bolts listed there. They dug into them from last year, year before for the tennis court for the school, and the court down here at the creek. I looked at them the other day. It was like 10,000 each to pave those.
This year or last year?
It'd be a quote for this year. Seeing as how they didn't have time and we didn't really make up our minds anyways.
questions on the land at the school for the library. Do you remember anything about what was supposed to be done down there? I think it was only if they built the library down there.
Yeah,
The town's
I
gonna-
remember we were discussing that when we did this building. And Greg, I don't know, Greg's one that brought it up, but something about there's a law right in the front there that it's town property, but it was set aside that could be used for the library, I guess, but I don't know where that is recorded or
I
anything.
can't find it, and I didn't call
Can't
Greg.
find it.
I had called Greg on the rec fields too. What took place on that?
Yeah.
Because I remember him talking about it being a grant that the school couldn't get, but the town could. So
Well,
then
that's why
they
this-
deeded it to, or the town took it over. To do something about it. I'm thinking between him and Celeste, they must know
Yeah, I would
what
think
took place.
he would have a better idea than I do. I remember hearing about it, but in the whole, the rec field thing, that was before me, I don't remember any of that, but. Yeah. Is the school looking to do something down there, or it's just?
I don't know what to do. Emily that came in questioning it, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll do a little more research and figure it out, but. You look, you can find where it was. How did the town end up with that land?
You know?
That was Mills. Yeah. All right, I'll read the meeting minutes from the previous meeting, I guess. Select Board Water Commissioner meeting, January 22nd of 2024. Present was Seth Hungerford, David Pluitt, Nick Norris, Kim Dufresne, Ferdinand Gagne, and Seth Cattell. 7:30, Seth opened the meeting and read the agenda, added the executive session to discuss personnel. Ferdinand Gagne, representing Franklin County Field Days, discussed what the 5,000 requested would be used for. He said the money would help move the buildings. They're still searching for a piece of property that would suit their needs. Board reviewed highway budget with Seth and asked Seth to start a list of highway building repairs. Scheduled the final budget meeting for January 29th. David motioned to not pay for a windshield of the vehicle that was broken while plowing the highway, seconded by Nick, motion carried. Signed warrants, fleet permits. Board reviewed the bid from J&L Masonry for town office building repairs. Board will get another quote to compare. Board approved the liquor license for Jolly Convenience Store. Seth read the meeting minutes from January 8th. Nick motion to approve is read, seconded by David, and motion carried. Sign the corrected 2024 highway mileage certificate. Corrected difference is minus .03. Tabled letter from Gloria Sweet until full board is present. And at 8:45, Nick motion to go into executive session, seconded by David. 10:15, entered back into regular session. And then David motion to adjourn, seconded by Nick, and the meeting adjourned. Take motion, accept these minutes as read.
One addendum on the vote for the windshield, we put in there that they were invited here and did not. Because it wasn't a clean vote like we heard it or whatever, we invited that individual to come to the board and explain their position, and they did not show. And that's when we took the vote, because we couldn't hear their side of the story.
So I've got an individual was invited to attend the meeting, did not show. Made a motion not to pay for the windshield of the vehicle. It was allegedly broken while plowing. It was, yeah. All right, I'll take a motion to accept these minutes.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor? No? Opposed? I can sign those in here. Then I've got another meeting for Select Board Water Commission meeting on January 31st at 7:30. Present was Seth Hungerford, David Pluvitt, Nick Norris, Steve Dodd, Richard P.E.G. and Kim Dufresne. At 8 o'clock, I opened the meeting. The board finished the 2024 budget and signed the warning for town meeting. And then the meeting adjourned. Take motion to accept those minutes as read.
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Actually, are we able to undo that motion? Because we took a vote during that meeting on selling the truck. So we need to add that to the minutes. We took a vote to sell the town truck to the highest bidder.
The truck's back.
The truck, well, so far, yeah.
Did it go?
Why didn't it go?
It was returned for mechanical issues. So I spoke to Seth about bringing it to a local garage to have it looked at, or actually go through what is the problem with it. Haven't been able to get in until, I think it's Tuesday after town meeting to get in. Just get an estimate.
You have to accept this letter for resignation, or is it just, for our knowledge?
I think I think you just have to reappoint somebody in her position.
Okay. So you'll have to read it, accept it.
And I think
What's,
Andy,
well, I wasn't here at the meeting when we discussed the Florida Sweets water. Says Town Selectman, I'm writing this letter in hopes that you can help me. I'm having a difficult time paying my water bill due to a major leak in the basement. Sincerely, Water is Sweet. So has that leak been fixed, taken care of? So she must, have you read the meter sentence to see how much
that is the, I think that,
this is?
is,
It said billing period 10/10/23 of 2/10/10/23.
yes, we've read it
10/10/23,
since,
so it's the third quarter water.
yes. We've read it in December.
All this is second notice or something. So what's their bill normally run? Just the base?
No,
Well, she has extra. What did you guys discuss when
I think we waited for,
you didn't discuss it and you made a decision?
we discussed if this had been done, what was another town actually measures out how much chemical they put in the water, and then how many gallons would have flowed, and then not charge for the water, just charge for the chemical that would have gone through.
What's the cost to run the system?
Yep. That was one consideration.
Yeah.
I don't know how much, we have to do the calculation, how many gallons that is and how much it would cost, but I assume it's gonna be quite a bit less.
Yeah. It should be. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know a lot about the situation other than I think the water's been running for a period of time, is that correct? There, leaking for a while.
I don't know how long it was leaking. It wasn't, they didn't notice it was leaking. It was noticed because it was going over the bank on the rail trail.
So someone walking on rail trails and whatever.
Noticed that there was a lot of water coming through the culvert and like, hey, has it rained?
But you still had water in the house, per se? I mean, to use?
I don't
No
know.
idea?
Don't know.
We got called up there, it was back in like December, early December. And it was a PVC pipe that broke in the basement, and it was obviously on their end. So we shut the water off for them, and they were gonna take care of it. And pretty sure they did at that time, and Cooper went up there and turned it back on like a few days later, the next day or something.
I think it was in October that the leak was. Yeah, time flies.
Yeah.
But I think it was in
Why,
October.
it's leaked since?
No, because they noticed it when they were walking on the rail trail.
I mean, that was like a full like stream of like an inch or a 3/4 inch pipe.
So when you went there to shut it off, did you see that it was like significantly leaking? or-
Yeah. And it was definitely on their side, you know, it was underneath an appliance or something. So we shut it off right that day, or within that hour. in hopes they were gonna fix it.
So what are we talking for a bill per se, or she wants correction in the bill, I take it, or something?
Well, Bill 1337, we wanna look back on the history of what they use for water
Pulling the stream down.
last couple of quarters or something, so we can get an idea. I mean, I guess if it's in the basement, a lot of people don't live in their basement. And a lot of water can run through in a hurry there.
It doesn't take long. So is that a dirt basement, do you know that? It
Yeah.
is, so I
Yeah,
think-
it's rough.
Switch.
Figure that out. So it's,
The leak was in October?
It looks like it's that 5,000 gallon.
Yep.
Looks like water usage is a large, they're large users.
I was gonna say, there's supposed to be a decimal point, you said 5,000, or is it 56,000? For the consumption, I'm talking about the 9.7 reading, the 12.6 reading.
9.7.
So is it 56,000?
It's 5,600, isn't it?
So 56124, there's no decimal point anywhere. So I'm wondering why. How that reading is on this sheet normally, there's usually a uncount for a decimal point.
There's no decimal point. Isn't it 5,600 and something? I don't know, I didn't look at it.
56124.
They used 5,600,
12.4.
no, it's 5,000, is it 56?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of water.
It was a lot of water.
The meter usually reads about,
I think it was,
it usually uses about 40,000 gallons a day, around town here. It's usually pretty consistent, 40,000.
So that was,
that's a quarter though, that's 3 months. But it used, I think most of it in that last couple, maybe ran for 5 days. Because the people that noticed it one day, then they went back 2 days later and it was still,
It was sweet, also they call it in.
yeah, it was,
When do they call it?
I would say it was in September, August maybe, as they were walking on the rail trail.
It's been multiple leaks up there.
It must have been running before then because it jumped 20,000 gallons in 1 quarter. So I'm guessing it must have started like halfway through that meter reading, and then they
I
had
think
a
it
full
had
quarter of
that.
that reading, and that's why it's 56.
Like a week it was running.
So
I know it was running for a couple days. But it wasn't the homeowner that reported it.
right, someone else. I just can't imagine they didn't know there was a problem.
Yeah, it was making noise. It wasn't just like it was water falling 6 feet.
So it wasn't where it came in off the meter.
It was down underneath on the way back the wall.
So what's a normal quarterly water bill or for them, what would that be?
And the calculation for the averages before was 17,477.
They have, it's all over.
Now it's 25,606. We wonder how much the water leak impacted that $8,000 or 8,000 gallon average. So
They're way over their 9.
why was it 0 in July of 22?
Because the meter probably didn't read.
Okay. Yeah, before then. Just under 20,000 gallons average for the prior year.
Per month, or per quarter, per prior year?
19,775. We took the full from June 22 to June 21. After that, you have like some 0 for the 22 July reading, and only 4,300 for the September 22 reading, and then all over the board for when the leak started.
there been meters in it? Since 2016 or 14?
So it's gotta be the old meters, right?
Some of it's the old meters, but we didn't start charging until 2016. Maybe around 2016 with the over usage.
Right, I mean, they go from one quarter to the next, 26,000 more on one quarter. Back in
When they put the
16.
new meters in 22? Or was it 21? 22.
Oh, that's what that last one, yeah, but that 22 was, we
Because the new meter is zeroed out.
or we didn't read because some people had new meters, some people had old meters.
Do we know what the cost of that additional chemicals are with that difference or anything?
I know. Just ask. Maybe ask somebody who would.
Would it be in your budget? Annual gallons and chemical?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Even now, we're gonna do a unit price.
Has there been issues there before? I mean, questions like this before, no, for this residence? Problems? I mean,
They're a big user.
okay, but I mean, there wasn't problems before with leaking that we, done this a few years ago or anything like that?
We've had other ones that
Yeah.
had water that we just said, well, we'll go back to the previous, what the average usage was per quarter.
Yep.
And do that, but whatever you guys wanna do.
Well, we can ask Hubert and then decide at the next meeting if you want to table it.
Yeah, we can do that, I guess. Some problems that are later here, but yeah, do that for this meeting. Leave that in our box. This, assessor position, is that something interesting, or?
He is currently in Berkshire, has been, I think Johnson. He lists the towns he's in, I think it's St. George, that's a small town, but.
It says, it's an email we got from, Justin Mason. He's a municipal assessor, an E911 coordinator for the town of Johnson. Says, hello, I'm applying for the assessor position for the town of Sheldon. Please find attached my resume. I am currently applying as a town of Sheldon employee with the hopeful future option of the town of Sheldon joining the interlocal agreement with the towns of Johnson, Hyde Park, St. George, and Berkshire. So he already has, he does those towns and he's looking for another one. I'm happy to discuss your current needs along with needs after July 1st of 2024. Thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to scheduling an appointment with the town of Sheldon. So would he do the whole appraisal, or would he just do our stuff that Kermit used to provide?
Correct, I don't think he would do the reappraisal.
Okay.
But maybe he will, I didn't discuss that with him.
So he included a whole, his interlocal agreement for shared accessor services. So if we join this agreement for shared assessor services, then he wouldn't be a town employee? He would be,
I don't know how that works with the other towns.
yeah. Says, whereas the town of Johnson, Vermont, Lamoille County, town of Hyde Park, Vermont, Lamoille County, town of St. George, Vermont, and the town of Berkshire, Vermont, the towns together desire to enter into this interlocal agreement for purposes of outlining an arrangement whereby the towns will share assessor services to ensure substantial compliance with the provisions of 17 BSA 2651C and Title 32, requiring each select board to maintain its grand list and report valuations to the state of Vermont.
I would set up a meeting with him to see what he offers.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds interesting. Probably worth setting up a meeting with him, see what he has to offer. Alright, is there any other business we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
I'd like to motion to do an executive session, discuss personnel real quick.
Okay. Have a second on that motion?
I'll second it.
All those in favor of going into executive session and then adjourning as we exit? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?